What up? What's popping? What it look like? What it be like? Welcome to the latest and greatest edition of Talking to Town Unfiltered podcast. Of course, you know me, Showtime, Mr. Talking to Town. Whole gang is here. I got the squad with me. Gang in here. What's popping? Rich girl, hey.
What's popping?
Why would you pop your head like a rap song was playing? Like you were just,
for the beat, I be vibing to the beat. It's almost like going into the ring like a boxer. You know, it hypes me up. So I'm like, okay, we about to get started. Okay.
Yeah, I got it. Okay, cool. That's what's up.
But I didn't even say happy hump day or anything. You just gonna just throw me away.
No.
I don't even get to say gang. I don't get to say nothing.
No. I wanted to catch that before you went into your gang. So it wasn't, so it was kind of like a natural progression. So, okay, go ahead, do your gang bang.
Well, happy hump day, y'all, and gang.
Gang.
I think he said do your gang bang too, but anyway,
that is what I said,
girl. Yeah.
That is what I said.
You better stop saying gang bang. I googled what gang bang mean, and it's not good.
You googled it.
Yeah.
Funny.
It doesn't mean what you think it means.
What does it mean? Enlighten us.
Google it, and you will never use it again. I guarantee you.
I know what it means, but I don't think you know that I know the definition. I think you think I'm saying something else. So tell me what you Google.
I know what it means.
So what does it mean? What does gangbang mean?
That you better not be saying it no more.
Why not?
And that if it's two men and a woman, it's not called a gangbang.
That's a train.
It's called a threesome.
No, that's a train.
It's a threesome.
But 3 or more is a gangbang.
No, it's not. That is not what gangbang is.
I mean, technically,
that's a threesome. If it's 3, it's a threesome.
A woman can say it's a threesome. I don't agree with it, but you can get away with that.
How do we get into sex in 2 minutes?
Gangbang.
Like 2 minutes in.
2 minutes and 30. Yeah, literally.
Actually, 3 guys is a train. I say 2, but 3 guys is definitely a train. 4 or more is a gangbang. Yeah, definitely.
It's a train.
4 or more.
4 or more.
4 or more.
This is why society is the way it is right now.
What type of girls do you know that it's just like are 4 or more? Like that's just it's common to have 4 or more.
They out here, man.
Oh, you know them?
You know? Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know any.
I was trying to compliment Rich Girl on her shirt. I just wanted to.
Yeah, that's all you wanted to do was say I like your shirt, and somehow we got to gangbanging.
Something totally different. Okay. Well, I'll see what.
So now you know you can't compliment nothing because it goes loud.
Got it. Okay. All right, DJ Green. How are you, sir?
Good. You know me. The party don't stop. Bring the girl back.
I didn't know that.
I missed her. I think
last couple times we was on, I switched her.
Green, get a little bit closer to your mic, please, sir. If you could.
I think the last couple times I switched her out.
Okay.
You hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you. Yep.
All right.
Okay. All right, cool. So everyone's week has been good. We've been gone for a couple of weeks. Glad to be back up in the place to be. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Shout out to everybody in the Facebook group. Shout out to everybody checking us out on the YouTube. First and foremost, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share, make sure you tell some people about what's popping off right now, because this is the hottest thing popping each and every Wednesday night on all of Beyonce's internet. So make sure you tell the whole world about it. Did anybody watch Versus? RG, I see you got your New York hat on. Did you watch Versus last night?
I saw bits and pieces.
What did you see and what did you think?
It was good, I guess. I literally only saw some clips. So why don't you guys enlighten me on what happened?
Okay. Well, the Versus last night, of course, was Dipset versus the Locks. So of course that's not a bell worthy, but okay.
It is.
Okay,
we don't around here. We get straight to the point.
we come is what we do. Is that right? So what I was going to say is that the Dipset and the Locks. Green, what are you doing over there?
I'm trying to pull up a quote. Go ahead.
Oh my gosh, you're so distracted.
I'm listening.
Pull up your quote and come back when you're ready.
Right, when you're ready to participate.
Right, when you're ready to be a part of the team. So Dipset versus the Locks last night, I think it was a really, really dope versus. It was one of the better ones. It wasn't the best one, but it was definitely one of the better ones. It was probably the most lopsided verses that I've ever seen.
What does that mean? What does
lopsided mean? I scored the verses. I had it scored like 18-2. Actually, I stopped counting after a while, but Dipset
18-2. Who had 2?
Dipset.
Dips.
Yeah, the Dips. The dipshits.
The thing is, it should have been I actually would have bet on the Dips. Their live performance is horrific. That's what it's all about. Like the
live performance,
horrible about it.
And their DJ was really bad. Something you can probably relate to, Green, because like
I know what a bad DJ is, and I'm not. But yeah, I would have never ever told them to goddamn rap over songs with the words. Like that's stupid.
Yeah, they were rapping over their vocals.
Jumping on that shit immediately. Like
they were rapping over their vocals, and then they had the nerve to say that the Lox didn't have any girl records. They didn't have any records for women, and then the Lox's DJ hopped on that immediately and just went into a whole medley.
I think that was staged right there. I think they planned on doing that personally.
I don't think so.
Well, what happened? What happened?
I think that was part of the show because they're going on tour, so they're trying to organize a show. You know what I mean? That was staged, and that's why when they came back with them, they did their girl records. That was like I personally think that part was staged. But that whole when Jadakiss got out there, he was on their neck. When he got out there and said, yo, y'all rapping over. You do that when you in a club with 100, 300, 400 people.
Right. They were mad at Square
like, you don't do no show with that. That's crazy. Like,
right.
No, that's whack.
But it's a
why do you think they did that?
Not prepared. I don't think they gave a fuck. That was the difference.
Yeah.
I don't think the Diplomat, they didn't care.
I think the Lox actually practiced and they were like new
had edition. Rehearsals. The other ones just showed up.
Yeah, they had like choreography and they probably
they was serious.
The other ones were like us. We just show up. It's no preparation.
Right.
None.
We just show up.
None.
Get what you get.
No practice.
None.
Get what you get.
That's it. You take it or leave it. Either you like it or love it. But it's the best thing going on.
We're going to talk about It's Obvious. Joel Santana's a fiend.
So I saw you. Do you think he's still a fiend?
Dog, you seen the look in his face. I pray for the brother. You never. Well, maybe y'all don't, but you've seen crackheads.
You've seen plenty of them, Green, because you're a felon. So
but
he's made them.
Y'all are from Norfolk. Y'all are from Norfolk.
He employs
y'all are from Norfolk. Y'all are from Norfolk. It's more fiends out there than Chesapeake. Okay, so I know y'all to see some crackheads.
I don't know.
There's more fiends
like
in Norfolk.
Strawberry Manor and.
Strawberry Lane.
Strawberry Lane. Okay, I'll take a bill.
He had the crackhead eyes, everything. It's. I feel bad. Like I know what we say. Like it's funny. It's not because the fact of the matter is, and I don't think.
What is crackhead eyes?
I don't think he put his.
What are those?
Either. What are crackhead eyes? Mm-hmm. Look, Google the look of crackheads. They all have the same look in their eyes, the way their mouth will be shaped.
Is there a difference between a crackhead eyes and a meth head's eyes?
Right,
are they different?
Yes.
Educate us.
There is. The meth head look, they just like look gone. The crackheads is weird. The crackheads have a specific look. Like you can tell it's crack. You know what I'm saying? I think. But it's sad though, because, and I don't think, you never saw his top teeth either. Because I would have thought that he got his teeth put in by now. Just that video he put out without his teeth.
Right. No, he has, because he's on reality TV. He has to have his teeth. He's on Love and Hip Hop. He has to have his teeth in. Isn't he on Love and Hip Hop?
Teeth. Yeah, he has teeth. Yeah, he has teeth.
I didn't see his teeth last night.
I saw when he came home from jail. He has teeth.
Yeah.
He had his front teeth in.
Mm-hmm.
How long ago was that?
When he came home from jail, it was on Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, he got top teeth in.
Yeah, I don't know if they're dentures, but
they're definitely fake, which is fine. But
why do you say they fake?
He lost his teeth.
Oh, what happened?
More than likely crack smoke. I mean, they could have got knocked out, but
Showtime, more than likely, can you please
more than likely?
Showtime. What do you think?
I think
I pray for the man. You know what I mean? He's a young.
I didn't see it in his eyes last night, but I wasn't necessarily looking for it. So right. I don't know. I know now the way that he was dressed made me think that he could have been a crackhead because he had on a mixture of Gucci, Fendi, and Nietzsche, and U.S. Polo Association with a do-rag. So
U.S. Polo Association.
No, I'm joking. I mean,
that
was a joke, Green. Go with the joke, Green. Jeez,
Jesus.
I wasn't trying to joke him because the drug addiction, that shit is serious, man.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't dressed like a rap. He dressed like he was a time traveler from 2005. Like that's how he was. It
always kills me how hustlers talk about their drug addiction is serious, man. Like, are you kidding me? Like, you create these people all day long, every day, all day. Like, are you kidding me? It's serious, man. Green, save it,
please. Right,
save it.
Right, save the drama.
You're just mad that it isn't you supplying
serving him, right?
That's what's making you mad.
Good customer.
Right. Calm down, Frank Lucas. Calm down.
He coming with grand money. He's spending grand money.
Calm down, Nino Brown. Calm down, please. Please, just let somebody else get a customer for once. Please. Share the customers with other people.
I hope I'm wrong. Let me say that for the record. I hope I'm wrong as fuck.
You usually are. So
this should be I'm right. But yeah.
Right. Usually you are. So
I'm probably right. But yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, he's on reality. Is he not on reality TV right now?
Wait a minute. Well, if he just got out of jail, doesn't he? Is he on probation? Like have to go pee and take drug tests?
Yes, but those drugs leave your system very quickly.
Oh, do they? Yeah. Do they leave your system very quickly?
Yeah, you learn that.
They do. They do leave your system very quickly.
You learn that in health class. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well, thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you for enlightening me. Okay, so overall, the versus battle, we saw that the Locks dominated the Dipset is their names. Why can't I say their name? Totally dominated them, and they're going on tour. There's going to be a tour, and the origins of this whole thing happened with the performance that they had in Norfolk because they had a show together in Norfolk. So the Locks, at the Scope. Don't you live there? Don't you live there?
I didn't know this is how they started the verse.
This is how it started. Yeah, Jadakiss said it, and I've heard Jimmy say it. It started with that show. That's where the idea came from. So now you have State Property, who's also going to go on the tour. So it'll be the Locks, it'll be the Dipset, and it'll be State Property, all going on tour together, starting on September.
You can go to the show if they come to rally?
No, I'm not.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I've seen the show on Versus, so why would I?
Right.
Why would I pay? I just saw it. I literally just watched the show. No, thank you.
It's a difference. Yeah.
No, I'm cool. Nah, I'm cool. The difference is that there's no COVID in my house, so that settles that. So speaking of COVID and speaking of New York City, let's talk about this mask mandate that's going on. I want to know what you guys think about it. New York City is now requiring workers and customers to show proof of at least one dose in order to dine indoors and have other activities. New York is going to be the first city to require proof of at least one dose of the COVID vaccine for a variety of activities for workers and customers, according to Mayor Bill de Blasio. The program is similar to mandates that have been issued in France and Italy. Will start on August 16th, and the enforcement will begin on September 13th. That means you can't eat indoors, you can't do any indoor activities without having proof of a vaccine. This is going to be real. This is what we're about to turn into, especially with the Delta variant moving around like it's moving around.
Right.
I think we're headed towards another shutdown. If you look at the numbers in New York City, about 66% of adults in the city are fully vaccinated. That's well short of the goal of, I believe the national goal was 70 when they first started rolling out the vaccines. Of course, fully vaccinated people are protected from worse outcomes of the COVID-19 caused by the Delta variant. So it's going to be interesting. Like, you can't go to Broadway, you can't go to the gym, you can't go to restaurants, you can't basically do anything that people
go to Walmart probably.
Maybe not even that. I don't know, but
I think you can go grocery shopping. I don't think
you can go grocery shopping.
I would think.
I mean, come on, you can't stop us from grocery shopping. Like, damn, we can't eat.
So let me ask you this: what do y'all think about this particular mandate, and do you think it's something that we're about to start seeing all over the country? Green, what you think?
Well, me personally, I'm vaccinated, so I think it's a good idea. I don't think people understand. They think it's a joke. I think people think it's a joke, and if you don't want to get it, just don't deal with it. You can't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to get to these 75-80%, period. Because the thing, what our friends in the medical field told me is, the fear is that the Delta variant could end up changing into something that the vaccine won't keep you from dying from.
Well, it's already transitioning into the Lambda variant now. The Lambda variant is on the way.
It's already happening.
It's already happening. Yeah. So in parts of Florida, the Lambda variant is already been discovered.
Does the vaccine protect us against death on that?
I'm not sure. I haven't done a whole lot of research on that, so I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah, but the fear, he said the fear is it turning into a vaccine, turning into something where this vaccine doesn't work, and then we got to develop a whole nother vaccine. That's why he said everyone really needs to get vaccinated, just to keep the deaths down. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I see people post articles saying that, people still catching COVID. They people don't pay attention. They always said you still can catch COVID and you still can pass COVID. The whole thing about this is you won't die.
You can't say that because you might have another health issue.
Mm-hmm. This is what I educated y'all on a couple of months ago. So go ahead and preach, RG.
You might have another health issue that when you catch COVID may make you die. Like the COVID won't, but that other issue that you have may.
Right. High blood pressure.
So diabetes. So if you're completely healthy, there's nothing wrong with you, you're not obese or anything, then you are that candidate that they're talking about, that if you get COVID, you won't die. But if you got anything, you high blood pressure, anything that can coincide with the COVID and you can still die from it.
True, but the facts show, period, because they still tie those deaths.
What was the facts? What was the numbers?
What you just said, they still call those COVID deaths. Like if you have a heart attack because you have high blood, they still say it's a COVID death.
Because you had COVID, right?
Right, but you can look it up yourself. 99.2% of deaths, people that actually died were non-vaccinated.
That's true.
That's just, I don't want to hear nothing else. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I hear you and I understand and I know how serious that this whole situation is. My tongue is getting kind of moist, so sorry. Anyway, I was drinking a lot of water and it makes your mouth wet. So
sure.
And when I started talking, it just slipped like slipped through my tongue. Okay. Anyway, I know how serious this is, but however, I am not getting vaccinated. I have no plans on it. The shutting down, I can't go anywhere. I am okay with my house. Like
I said, they make that mandatory in Atlanta. You still ain't getting.
I'm still not getting vaccinated.
So what do you think about have you heard the story about the guy who he and his wife, they were saying almost like you, RG, they were going to wait another year for the vaccine to see what it does, and they weren't like anti-vaxxers, they weren't like opposed to it, but they were just waiting. They were married and they have maybe like 5 kids. He ended up getting COVID. He goes to the hospital. He's there for about 3 days. They end up having to put the tubes in him because he couldn't breathe. And before they put the tubes in him, he tells his wife, he asked the doctor, is it too late for me to get the vaccine? The doctor is like, yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm sorry for laughing. Lord, I'm sorry for laughing. But yeah.
Do not tell another
story. You lying, yo. He did not ask, hey, is it too late? He did not say that.
I promise you. I promise you.
I feel like the doctor would be like, nigga, what?
They were getting ready to put the tubes in him. Lord help me. This is so wrong. They were getting ready to put the tubes in him. And he asked the doctor, is it too late for me to get the vaccine?
Yo, the doctor was like, nigga, keep that same energy. You don't want it, right? You don't want it. Keep that same energy.
Listen. Listen. He thought he could he could do without it. And when they pulled them tubes out, he said, Doc, is it too late? Can you poke me right now? And the doc said, nah, B, nah. It's too
this might kill you now.
Right. The doctor said, nah, there's nothing else we can do. This is so wrong. This is wrong on so many levels.
Keep that same energy. Keep that same. I seen you on Facebook posting about I ain't getting this damn vaccine.
You posting all of the memes and you posting all of the anti-vaccine joints. Yeah, well, Doc said it's too late. I don't know what to tell you. Like, what do you want me to do? Like they're literally about to put the tubes in you. Like, what do you want me to do? Not to mention, like, you would have to get 2 shots, and then you have to get them 2 weeks apart.
You gotta wait.
You gotta get them. You can't just get the joints back to back. Like, you gotta wait. Like, so.
Oh
God bless him, man. He's he didn't make it. I'll say that. I figured that. He did. It's not funny. He's not funny. Lord forgive
Yo,
me.
Hoover, what news station put the story out?
I don't know, man. It's a credible news. I promise you, it's a credible news. You know, I don't participate in fake news. No.
Yeah, I know you're not making it up.
Nah, man. He said, he asked the doctor, was it too late? So I just don't want anybody to be in that situation. You feel me? Like,
right, exactly. Like, I know y'all are afraid.
I am going to get my vaccine tomorrow, honey. I am going. You have convinced me. Thank you. Thank you. That will not be me.
Don't be that guy.
I will not be that guy. I will not be that guy. You have convinced me.
So it's such an easy fix, man.
That's gonna be a horrible feeling, right?
That was the most told me to horrible story in the world. Like, I can't even believe you just told that story. Like,
dude was like, man, dude, I feel sorry for the brother, man, but you know, you got to get it, man. You got to get it, man. And anybody listening or watching,
his wife didn't do it either. Do you think she got it by now?
Yeah, she did. She did.
Oh, they said she did now.
She did. Yeah. She got it. Oh, okay. Yeah, she got it. Like she was like, oh nah, like nah. I might be dumb, but I'm not as dumb as him.
Right. It was wild. I remember when I was the only pro-vaccine person. Showtime got a dose of it in reality. He's like, oh no, I'm good. I'm getting mine.
Right. I don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to wait till it's that close. You know what I'm saying?
Like you don't want to be that person. And like, what happens if you die from it because you don't have the vaccine, and then the next day they have the cure for COVID, like, and it's only for people who are vaccinated. You don't want to be that person. Like, right. I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
I don't want to be that person. Like, the next day you looking down from heaven, like, damn, if I would have just got the vaccine. I don't know what to say.
Showtime came back with a new attitude when they hit home, boy.
Patty LaBelle, I got a new attitude.
Right? You see how he's switched sides real quick. Now he's
all reality hit him.
Vaccine.
No, he can take my family. He can take me. Like, nah, I'm good. Yeah.
Get that jank, like, because it's not a game. So hey, so New York City, man, they got everybody is going to require masks. I think, like I said, I think we're headed towards another shutdown. And the thing about it is that it's not even cold yet. So remember where we were last year this time. And just think about how crazy it got when the weather changed and it started getting cold outside, and you know, people just start spreading more germs, and you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's gonna be crazy. I don't know.
My sister does medical coding, and she said literally every other chart is a COVID case.
Damn.
Literally every other chart.
Cases are going up, deaths are going up. I just got an email from
a 2-year-old
with it.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Sick with it? Like sick? Like was hospitalized? Oh wow. That's sad.
Yeah. I just got an email from the kids' school saying that masks are going to be mandated. You know, they're doing in-person school for now.
Right, yeah.
But masks are going to be mandated in the schools. So
my son started back today.
Are they mandating masks?
They did digital this week, and Monday they go in person.
I mean virtual,
but it's gonna be mask. What I say?
Digital.
That's what they call it. Digital learning. It's called digital learning.
I got it.
Virtual, but yeah.
It's
got it. Cool.
Anyway.
Shutdown is coming. I've started racking up on paper towels and toilet paper.
Already stocking up.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch me again. Like they caught me last year. You're not gonna catch me out there like that again. Nah, I'm not gonna be going to the store looking, like waiting outside of the Family Dollar, waiting for the trucks to get here.
So you better go stock up now.
Yeah, I'm doubling up. Like every 2 times I go to the store, I'm getting paper towels, toilet paper, Lysol, hand sanitizer. I paid $30 for hand sanitizer last time. I'm not doing this again. Nah, I'm gonna be ready. You are not gonna catch me unprepared.
Kids will be doing digital learning. Okay, I read the email. I know what I said.
You did. Okay,
digital learning. Okay,
we will.
So y'all call it virtual, and we're in a good high class area. We're in a different class, so I don't know what you little hood schools call it, virtual, but we're above that, so we're beyond virtual. We're at digital. So,
got it. Okay,
that's what our schools call.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, it's levels to it, as Tanya said. It's levels to it. I got it. All right. Cool. Let's see what else we got to talk about. So yeah, RG is not getting the vaccine, even though after this story that I just told her, Tanya, are you getting the vaccine, sis? Are you getting the vaccine? Do you have the vaccine? Well, let me ask y'all this. I said Tanya. I'm sorry, Tanya. Let me ask y'all this. So when you have like people that you have to come in contact with, right? Like people that have to come into your house and stuff. Let's say you got to get like something repaired in your house, or Green, you work out in the public and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you ask people their vaccination status, or do you feel comfortable asking people their vaccination status?
I don't ask. No. Some people come out with masks. I don't even wear a mask. Like no.
So let's say somebody had to come to your house to like work on your refrigerator or your
my AC, actually, it happened a couple weeks ago.
Would you ask them their vaccination status before they came in?
Nah, I don't care.
Okay. You
don't care if someone has the Delta.
I don't care. I'm vaccinated. That's why I don't care.
So even if they had that Delta one, you don't care if they come into your home where your children are. You don't care.
No, I don't.
Are your kids vaccinated, Green?
Yes, my older two are. Yeah.
So even though there's a risk of your youngest one catching COVID, you still won't even
don't care.
I mean,
that's some great parenting, Green. That's
little children rarely
Father of the year.
That's some great parenting. RG just told you about
children rarely ever get
RG just told you about a 2-year-old who caught it.
Right, that's very rare though.
But doesn't mean it's impossible.
Yes, it's definitely possible.
Yeah. Do you got a story? You got another story to share to convince him?
Well, there was this baby who was playing in the park, and it's funny you mentioned that, RG. I heard that the baby was swinging on the monkey bars, and he ended up getting COVID, and his parents they were so distraught that they could not do anything other than give him the vaccine. I'm just saying.
I read it.
It's facts. So yeah. All right, let's move on.
Doing 5 and up yet anyway?
They have not.
Yeah, he can't get it.
Yeah. So what are we talking about?
He can't get the vaccine, but that doesn't mean he can't get COVID, Green.
And it doesn't mean that you can't try to protect him from getting COVID.
It's extremely rare that little kids get sick.
All right, let's go past. What else we got? What else we got?
Let's see. Let's talk about this. We talked about New York City. Let's talk about the baby. So, of course, the baby has been all over the news for the last maybe week or so. Of course, he was performing at Lollapalooza. Speaking of Lollapalooza, that's a whole nother like COVID infestation. Like that is that. I was about to say that
nobody even talked about that part.
Right. Nobody talked about it. I was actually me and Green's sister were talking about it because she lives in Chicago. So Akira and I were talking about it, and she was sending me like pictures as it was going on, and
she was there.
No. She was like, it was on she was watching it on TV, and of course she's like in the mix. But I think she told me at one point she had to drive by there, and it was right. It like the pictures that she was sending me. This was before like all of the media outlets started getting them. But I think she was watching it on Hulu or something. It was crazy. Like there were 100,000 people there every single day.
That's nuts.
Yeah. None of them had masks.
None of them. I didn't see one mask.
They were all up in each other's faces, stage diving,
like
hugged up on each other,
up together. Like
that is going to be. And then that same weekend, I heard the word super spreader 3 times. So there was a super spreader event. That's definitely going to be a super spreader event. There was a super spreader event here in North Carolina. There was a church in North Carolina that had like a revival or something. It was an anti-vax, anti-mask church, and 70 people ended up getting COVID from that one event. And then there was another event in Maine. 70 from one event. There was another event in Maine. Somebody said I saved lives tonight. Thank you, whoever that is. I appreciate it. That's why we're here. We're here to save lives. Yes. The event in Maine where like all of these rich people were on like Martha's Vineyard or something like that ended up turning into a super spreader event. So I think we're going to see more and more of those pop up, especially as the winter comes, and it's just going to be ugly, man. I think it's going to be really ugly. Like I think it's going to be really, really ugly. And
do you think most concert goers like are smart enough? I can say smart enough. Do they are vaccinated?
No.
Well, the thing about Rolling Loud is that they were supposed to be requiring vaccinations to get in Rolling Loud. The mayor of Chicago came out and said that 90% of the people that were there were vaccinated. Akira told me that when she drove by there, she didn't see any signs of them checking for vaccinations or anything. So that's a lie.
And do you think the people who were performing, do you think that they are vaccinated?
The artists?
Yeah.
I would hope so. They're gonna jump in the stage.
Do you think like the staff, the people behind the scenes? Do you think?
I would think all. I mean, I wouldn't be a performer unless everybody around me got a vaccine.
Yeah, I would mandate it as a promoter, especially something on that big level. I would mandate it. I would mandate that you got to be vaccinated. Like, period. Like, if you ain't vaccinated, you can't.
They probably do got a mandate.
Right. I would think so. I would think so. For an event that big, I would think that they mandated it. But I can't imagine like Lil Uzi Vert getting a vaccine. Like, he doesn't seem like the type to get.
You can't say that.
He can't sit in the chair and get a needle in his arm.
It doesn't seem like
you can
say that. He looks too.
He has tattoos. If you can get a tattoo, you can get a
right. He's not he'll have a needle.
He just doesn't strike me as the type who's concerned about his health. I put him. He has a tattoo on his tongue. He doesn't seem like
and a diamond in his forehead and a.
He doesn't care if he lives or dies, right? He does not care if he lives or dies. I can't imagine him saying, "Oh, well, let me go in and get this vaccine and let me go back." Nah.
Well, his girlfriend may convince him to get the vaccine. She may have it.
JT?
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, let's move on.
Yeah, please.
So we're talking about the baby. So we're talking about Rolling Loud, and of course, the baby caught a lot of flack for some of the comments that he made at Rolling Loud. A lot of folks said that his comments were hateful. A lot of the people said that his comments were anti-gay. A lot of people said that his comments were just wrong. Right? They're homophobic is the word that I'm really looking for.
Right.
So he's been dropped from festival after festival after festival after festival. iHeart Music Festival was the last one. Austin City Limits Festival dropped him. Day in Vegas. So apparently he was supposed to, after everything started coming down, he was supposed to send a video apology to Rolling Loud. He never sent it. That's when Lollapalooza decided to go ahead and drop him. So he, was bucking and said, all right, well, I'm just going to stand on this. And I'm not going to apologize up until, what was it, yesterday? When he finally came out with the apology.
No, he apologized a few days ago.
Was it yesterday? I got my days wrong. It could have been.
Are you talking about the written one?
I'm talking about the written one. Yeah.
Right. His people did that.
Absolutely.
He posted a video the next day, like on Instagram.
Oh yeah, that wasn't an apology.
I mean,
yeah, no, that was standing on my words.
Yeah, that was I'm standing on my word. Yeah, that was just I'm
okay.
Yeah. So the question being that the baby is being he's getting a lot of flack. Will he be able to recover?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. I mean, because you have a lot of people who are still rocking with him. And if you watched it, after he made those comments, they rocked with him. The people that didn't attend is more mad than the people that were there that he was talking to. They didn't boo him. They weren't mad. They still participated in chants and everything else that he told them to do after that. Mm-hmm. So if they didn't have a problem with it, why does the people that wasn't there and bought a ticket have a problem with it? He was performing for those fans and they were rocking with it. What he said was insensitive. Like, I mean, come on, the HIV and the AIDS comment, that's the only thing that you are like, whoa, come on. But he acknowledged that. He acknowledged it. He was in the moment. He was hyped. He said some things. He acknowledged it. Move past it. He apologized. What more do you want? Like, I mean, I guess I can book him now. I guess we can put together some money and book him because everybody else is getting rid of him.
Now, I agree with you about people still rocking them completely. The thing is, well, let me start off. He only offended people with HIV and AIDS, if you want to get technical. He didn't say anything about any group of people. So I don't even understand how the L community got involved.
The what community?
I'm sorry, the what?
L, it's a lot of alphabets. LTQ.
LGBTQ.
LGBTs. Q's.
Right.
And sometimes Y. Is there more letters? All right. I don't understand how he didn't say anything about a LGBT person. or persons. He didn't use any slang against those people. He only offended people with. I don't even think he said HIV. He said AIDS, didn't he?
But isn't okay? So let me just ask this, and I'm asking out of ignorance. His comment about if you didn't suck D in the parking lot. Right. That would be I would assume that would be it could be taken as a homophobic.
Why? Women suck dick.
Exactly.
Women suck dick in parking lot.
He didn't say from the same.
Because he said fellas. He specifically said fellas.
Oh, he said fellas if you
didn't. That's what he said.
Well, then that was definitely towards the end. But that again, he was talking to the fellas that didn't.
Hold on, he said fellas. Say it again.
He said, and again, I'm not saying this verbatim, but he said something along the lines of, fellas, if you weren't sucking D in the parking lot, make some noise. Something along those lines.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that. All right.
So would they have been outraged if he said, if y'all gonna pop a nigga when we leave here, put your phones in the air? Would that have been okay? Or if you want to suck my dick after the show, put your phones in there. See, all of that is okay because that's his lyrics. Rolling Loud knows his music. That is his lyrics. His lyrics is in that type of tone anyway. So what did you expect him to do on stage? That's the way. That's him.
But I'm gonna give you
that is what Rolling Loud is about. You get up there, you wild out. It's some of the craziest acts. They say what the fuck they want. They're wild out, and he did that. He apologized. He was wrong. He knows it. He admitted it. I think it's going a step too far to get rid of him on all those shows when you know the lyrics in his music, like the things he say. So it's okay that he can talk about murder and drugs and bitches and call. They don't even care that he calls us bitches. We can be bitches all day. But if you talk about them gays, pulling the plug. We pulling the plug. Oh, you a bitch, you a hoe, suck my dick. I slap you in the face with my dick 3 times. He can say that to us, and that's okay. But if you talk about gays, we're gonna pull the plug. That's what they're showing you.
If you want to get technical, he still didn't talk about gays.
Well, he did. Like Showtime said, it was referencing gays. It was referencing gays by saying, if you're a man.
Say that, but he didn't say that. He said, if you're a man and you didn't do that in the parking lot. I'm not gay. And I didn't do that in the parking lot. So I can raise my hand.
Would you have been offended if you were a man and did it in the parking lot? Would that offend you?
You could also be a gay man and you didn't do that in the parking lot, and you could have cheered. You see what I'm saying? That still wasn't tied to gay people. Still, it wasn't. He only offended people with AIDS.
So here's my take. This is my thoughts on the entire situation. I think number one, I think Baby has been on a very, I'm not going to call it a downward spiral, but he's been on a very controversial spiral since he came in. He came in into the industry with killing niggas. Like he caught a body.
They didn't cancel him for that. Right.
He caught a body. Right. And I personally witnessed Baby come here to North Carolina. He in Raleigh, and after he caught that body, the line around the club was wrapped 2 times, right? So after he caught that body, I came home that night and I said, "Yo, I don't get it. Like I don't understand what's going on here." And I went and I started doing research, and I saw that his social media, his Instagram went from 50,000 to maybe like 250,000 within 2 weeks of him catching that body, right? So it was him knocking the person out in the hotel. It's just
him knocking the guy out in the Gucci store.
Knocking the guy in the Gucci store when that guy's actually dead now. So all of these things that he's been coming up against, and he always somewhat comes out victorious, right? And I think with this was an opportunity. This was him coming up against something that was bigger than him. And because he has the past of coming out victorious on every whether he was right or wrong, whether he was right or wrong for killing that man in the Walmart, whether he was right or wrong for knocking out the dude, he's always come out on top. So I think he felt like with this, I'm gonna ride it out because I'm always coming out on top. But what Baby didn't understand was that you're not bigger than the machine. Right, so whether he was right or whether he was wrong, you're not bigger than this machine. And when these people decide that it's your time, And if you offended this particular group or that particular group and they got their eyes set on canceling you, there's nothing that you can do but bow down unless you're willing to ride out the consequences, right? So if he was willing to say, okay, well, I just want to get
he's still booked. He's still touring. He's still booked. He's just not booked on those big, huge events.
He's not booked on those
states. Still are doing state-to-state tours. He's
doing state-to-state tours. He's doing state-to-state tours. But you got to think, if Baby drops the album, Baby not going on Jimmy Kimmel. He's not going on the TV. He's not real. Where that exposure gonna come from? Yeah. So the label had to step in. I believe the label had to step in and say, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Either you apologize, we're gonna put this statement out, we're gonna write it up for you, you post it on your Instagram, and this is what you're gonna stand on, or else. Because we can't lose money.
You got to be like Floyd Mayweather, and you got to own your own shit.
Yeah,
because I can't have that. Yeah. If I say it, then I'm standing by. I don't give a fuck.
Right? Like
if I say especially if I say I'm sorry, if you don't take that sorry, then I don't know what to do for you.
Right?
Like when somebody owns up to what they've done and they say sorry, you act like people can't fuck up.
But I think
people can't make mistakes. He's human.
I think Chris Brown said it the best.
I'm sure the person you're with done said some shit that was out of pocket, and you still with them.
Chris Brown said it the best. You do your shows, you shut up, you go home. If you're not concerned about losing the level of money that's up here.
Well, I mean, people can give him some advice too. So we don't need Chris Brown.
He's speaking from experience, though. Right? He's speaking from experience. Like he's speaking from experience. Like this is what I've been through. I made my mistakes. Now I think Baby, once it came out, his mistake was he kept trying to ride on it and he kept trying to say, oh, well, this ain't what I meant. This is da-da-da. No, you should have came out and said, my bad, y'all. I made a mistake. Boom.
And that's it. And I would never address it again. I mean, I would let y'all talk about it, but I would never address it again.
Yep.
You wouldn't get it. I would post. I would still do my shows. You would never hear. Y'all talk about it.
Yep. They canceled him, Green, or they attempted to cancel him because he was talking back. That was it. I don't think they canceled him necessarily because of the initial statement, because of what he said. I think it was the shock waves that came after that when he shut up.
Right.
When he said I wasn't trying to talk about them.
Right. Shut up. Shut your mouth.
I mean, he did say he loves the gays and they come to a show. He said he was vibing out with one that was particularly new in all the lyrics. Like he doesn't have anything against, and he probably gays and lesbians.
Now you got to do a song with Lil Nas X, and that's going.
Well, he has done a song with Lil Nas X. He's on the remix of Panini. He has done one.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. But no. He got to do a more LGBT.
So I mean, if he had a problem, he wouldn't be on that remix. He doesn't have a problem with gays.
No, I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
He's absolutely.
I think he has a problem.
And I just think the other celebrities just need to stay out of it. You don't got nothing to do with it. You won't in it. He won't talking to you. You don't need to be the voice of the people. I think the celebrities that's on his level, like just stay out of it. It becomes messy when you start, giving your opinions on people that's your equal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially I can understand someone from that community being upset, but like just a regular black man coming at him like that, I think that shit is dumb whack. Like that was just whack. I feel like you trying to chase clout doing that, attacking him.
I think so too. It's for life.
In particular, he's whack. That was whack. I don't respect that.
No, I wouldn't say that because you got to remember, Questlove is one of the curators of the Roots Picnic. So if Baby don't do
out of it, go ahead. Say what you want to say.
No, I'm just going to say again, as a festival from a festival goer's perspective, you got to let it be known that if this is what we doing, Baby ain't gonna be there. Like.
Right, just don't book him then.
But is it shocking that what he said in that little rant is the worst things y'all heard him ever say?
No, absolutely not.
Thank you.
Like that's crazy to me. That is what pissed y'all off.
Right.
It's crazy to me.
Right. Yeah. And Questlove ain't saying about any of the other shit. That's what I'm saying. Right. Like, nah, bro. I'm not feeling that at all.
Shove my dick down your throat. I'm gonna get your throat break. Like, that's okay. Yeah, he can do that. I'm for that.
Oh, we know.
Let corporate America attack him. We know
you are.
Let corporate America attack him. We don't need our own people coming at him.
Right. We rock to that. Like he said much worse.
Right. Like Tan said, he getting humble. That's
the show.
He getting humble. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't. And I don't think this. I just think
people need to stop. If it's not for you, don't fuck with it. But stop trying to control and run people to be the way you think that person should be and the way it should be. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be no concern. If it's not for you, it's not for you. Don't rock with it. But to be so invested in what he did and to make posts and videos and be so outraged, and you didn't even buy a ticket to be at the show.
Right. Yeah, you won't even hear.
Yeah.
You can't even get in.
Yeah. Again, if this was his first brush with being on a different side of, I ain't gonna say right from wrong, but he just
I think it's a lesson he's learned.
If this was his first brush with controversy, I don't think this would be
someone who killed a nigga and
not only killed him,
not
he killed him in self-defense, but he killed him and he brags about it. Let's talk about
that. Let's talk about that. And I don't want to get in this too long. Well, in this, the guy who he murdered allegedly, his cousin had came out and said the story that we've been getting this whole time is wrong. The story is not that Baby killed that young man in self-defense. The story is that young man was a fan of Baby, and that something else happened in that Walmart, and the autopsy report showed that boy was shot in the back.
No, how did he get away with it then?
I don't know. I ain't nobody's lawyer.
That's wild.
I'm just telling you what I said.
That is hearsay. I'm just telling you what I saw.
And that is I said that to say this doesn't come out, right? This story that I just told you about doesn't come out for real if the tide doesn't start turning against Baby, right? So we're witnessing the tide starting to turn against him because it's been 3 or 4 years since he caught that body. We never heard nothing about any sort of him shooting somebody in the back. It was always self-defense, right? So now we're witnessing the tide start to turn against him socially. And once that starts to happen, it's hard to come back from. It's going to be like you got a short span in this industry. Like you got a short span. And once you get to that point where the corporations and the big money stop messing with you, like your money's not long enough to like be like, oh, okay, well, I'm just gonna buck on everybody. You feel me? Like, and when you get in that situation where the big bucks start to turn, it's gonna be hard to come back.
Like if he gets dropped from all the majors, he won't get but so many because he only can do clubs right now and shit.
So do you think the hood people that's buying his albums and stuff and streaming him, it's going to stop messing with him because of the comments made at Rolling Loud?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
He'll lose.
Do you think his fan base is changing because of the comments he made at Rolling Loud?
Yes, because I think what happens is that you lose the, I'll call it the hip hop fan that is not a part of the culture necessarily. You start to lose those Caucasian fans who.
Do you believe that there were Caucasian people in the audience at Rolling Loud?
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Do you believe that there were gay people in the audience at Rolling Loud?
Absolutely.
So if they weren't offended, and they are the ones that were there.
What you're saying, but corporate America don't care nothing about that.
And what happens is that social media, the perspectives on social media have the power to change everything. So you could have been in that crowd. You could have been in that crowd when he said what he said. You could have been waving your phone, but when you got to your hotel room and you saw all your friends say, "Oh, the Baby said da 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 da," if you're not a true fan of Baby,
if he was just on the lineup and you happened to be there,
right? I'm never buying his music. I'm never down. I'm never streaming his stuff. Like because that's where the tide is turning. So.
Like you said, the machine. You're not bigger than the motherfucking machine.
Not bigger than the machine.
I'm giving a good example. Everybody loved the battle last night, right? Did you know Jadakiss dropped the album last year? Showtime might, but 95% of people don't know that.
Right.
Because Jadakiss isn't a part of the machine no more. He's not signed to a major label. Jadakiss still can rap. He never stopped being able to rap. You see what I'm saying? But he's not making the money he was making in 1998.
Why isn't he behind the machine? Why isn't the machine behind him?
Because he's not signed to a major label no more. He hasn't been for years.
Do they not want him?
Obviously not. He ain't doing nothing wrong.
I mean, he don't sell. Like, that's just,
right. Yeah,
like,
it's not worth the investment. But when that label invests that money in you, you get so much notoriety.
Right.
I think he's still making money off of his major label success.
Like, and on Lollapalooza, they replaced Baby so quick with Young Thug and G Herbo or somebody.
he's very disposable.
You're so disposable.
Yeah,
like you're so disposable, and that's what I don't think he realizes. Like they can get rid of you tomorrow if they wanted to.
I don't think he knew this would happen. I'm pretty sure
No.
I don't think he planned to say that. I think he was doing something. He wasn't. It's not like he was standing in front of them and said it. They were hooking it up, and he, hooking them up and all that. So he was just talking and ranting. I don't think if he would have thought in a million years, I don't think he would have probably did that.
Yeah, he was caught in the moment. I don't think his intent.
Do you forgive him? Are you a fan? Or do you like him anyway? Are you a fan?
I fuck with the baby's music.
His music cool. Yeah, his music is cool.
Are you gonna stop listening to him?
No, I still listen to Jadakiss, but like I said, 90% of people don't. Like that's all I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean he didn't
really lose a ton of money. You know what I'm saying? He's already lost a lot of money over this.
Yeah, he didn't offend me personally.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't the one you got to worry about.
So do you think that these festivals are dropping them because if you don't drop them, then you're showing like you support what he says?
Yeah, if you don't drop them, you can catch the backlash.
Right, and those festivals get corporate sponsors too. It's about the money. It's
all about the money. It's all about the money.
It ain't about nothing else. Like like you said, those fans there still like the baby. The fans don't matter. Corporate America matters.
Matter. Yes,
the fans don't matter. Because they can like he just said, we can put Young Thug in front of you, you can cheer anyway. The baby don't matter. It don't matter. He doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is sad, but that's reality.
Yeah. So let's talk about really quick. I want to talk about R. Kelly just for a little bit because we gotta go over to our Instagram show. But R. Kelly, I don't know if y'all heard, but there were some accusations that came out about a week or so ago that he had allegedly molested a 17-year-old boy. Well, he is hoping that those new allegations will not be held against him in a court of law. He is being, of course, federally charged with child exploitation, kidnapping, bribery, forced labor, and racketeering. Now the new evidence is coming out saying that he allegedly molested a 17-year-old boy back in the mid-2000s. He is said to have mentored the teenager after meeting him at McDonald's. Also, there are reports that the alleged relationship, R. Kelly met a second 17-year-old boy, but didn't have a sexual encounter with him until years later. Either way, R. Kelly's lawyers want the allegations of the records to be thrown out. They pointed out that the jury questionnaire has already been filed and issued and is void of a single question about their opinions on same-sex marriage. This comes. Oh man, this is a lot. This comes after they also called for Azariel Clary, who is identified as Jane Doe number 5, to be explicitly named in court documents. She previously alleged that she lived with R. Kelly from the ages of 17 to her early 20s. Considering her claims against him, his lawyers said there's no need to keep her identity private. His next court date is August 9th in New York. What's your thoughts on this R. Kelly situation and his latest request?
He can never go. He's done, man. He's done, and he might. They might give him some crazy time too. I think they gonna give him Bill Cosby time, and yeah, they gonna stick it to him, dog. It's damn. He gonna get it. He gonna get it, dog. He's gonna get it. It's gonna be. He gonna get some crazy time. Watch.
What do you consider crazy time?
Like he gonna get 10+ years. I think.
How many years have he done so far?
A year and a half.
About a year and a half.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I think
he can't get no bond.
I think this is still in the deal. I think if these two young boys, was it in the original indictment and all of that, the paperwork?
No.
Then they are sealing the deal with adding these two boys in.
Putting nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
And he won't be able to make no more money.
Okay, my question to you guys, do you believe it?
It's a difficult question. I guess I don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because we've heard a lot of things about him, but have you heard that he was with men before?
Girls, but it's underage boys, like, damn, R. Kelly, like, we know you had a fetish for these young girls, but we thought you're singing to women the whole time. But this is basically he's singing to boys too. Like, this is
that must be bump and grind, because see, you can't. Yeah, bump and grind must be for the men.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It makes you think like, yo, some of these songs are about boys too.
If this is true, allegedly.
I kind of feel like if R. Kelly was, I never heard of R. Kelly being gay though.
No.
Have y'all?
No, I've not.
Now, who just left that comment? Who just left that comment?
I'm not sure. The name doesn't show.
Okay, so yes, I did hear that the girls. That's in his indictment paperwork that he required them, unless they were going out somewhere special with him, they were required to dress like boys, like baggy clothes and everything. He would have so loved me. Like I do that every day. Like he would have been like, "You own it."
Are you really fantasizing?
You're my number one.
The only thing is that you're 20 years older than him, so
I know he wouldn't have no interest in me.
None.
I am too old.
Grown woman too. Don't get it twisted. He did.
So I don't know. I think this is a difficult situation because number one, you never know what somebody is into sexually, right? You never know what type of vibes that they're really, really on. And we know that R. Kelly was very kinky and very freaky, and we just don't know to what extent
was he
that kinkiness went. Right. But on the other hand, it's like we've been hearing about R. Kelly now at this point since 96, 95, 96. Like,
and why haven't any boys spoken up until now? Yeah. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say it's not true, but I'm just saying it's
how they held it in all this time.
What year was it that these guys say that?
It says 2000s, mid 2000s. Early to mid 2000s,
and they were 17 in the mid 2000s.
Mid 2000s, they were 17.
So they 30 some years old now.
So why last week did you decide that this is what I'm going to do?
I think, like you said, RG, I think you kind of hit it. Like I think one way or another, this is the nail in the coffin. Now we know from the Bill Cosby situation that prosecutors will go to some crazy extent, I should say, to make their case. Thank you. To make their case. And that was good. That was good.
He got his
ass. They will go to some crazy extent to really let charges stick, right? Mm-hmm. So could this be a situation where the prosecutors are, kind of just
fighting dirty,
right? Mm-hmm. This could be a situation where the prosecutors are just trying to say, okay, well, let me get as much as we can on him because maybe our case isn't as good as we thought it was. Right.
But they can potentially just mess it up the same way they did with Bill Cosby, you keep trying to push. Go with what you got. You got a case, go with what you got, leave it alone. But that extra, and now look at Bill Cosby. He's eating Dominoes at home with his wife. Like he's chilling.
He walking free. So I don't know. I this is going to be an interesting story to follow.
Okay, so what were you saying when you said that? So did you hear that he's trying to like pay people to look at the court records? They got phone calls of him paying the court clerk.
Who? Kelly?
Yep. Well, Kelly's people.
No, I didn't see that.
But the person called Kelly to tell him, and they got that phone conversation.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He said, R. Kelly is saying, I read parts of the indictment. Like I had a nice cup of tea, like a nice book one day. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna roll, but it was just so much. I didn't want to read everything. So I was just like skimming.
Right.
But they got the phone conversations of the guy calling and saying that he's paid the girl and he asking how much does she want and what she can do. So it's a whole bunch against him. Like they are really trying to oil this nigga up, like, and not let him out. Like,
yeah. I don't know. I think it's going to be when is his trial date? When did I say his trial was?
Is it October or September?
Well, his next court date is August 9th. So maybe they don't have a trial date set just yet.
What is that for? What is that?
I don't know. It doesn't say. But yeah, I mean, they have.
So just say he got off. Let's say he got out.
His career is over.
That's what I was going to ask.
He's not getting off.
Let's just say he did something happened.
I think his career is over. I take that back. If he was found not guilty, he would be good. But he's not. He's done.
You don't think people would book him if he was home? Like people,
if Kels beat these charges,
if he found not guilty, yes, people would book him. Yes,
absolutely.
Because you can go in and say, "Motherfucker, I'm innocent."
Would you go see him? Would you go
see
him if he came home?
If he was proven innocent and this was all a bunch of lies?
No, not that. If he just got off, we didn't say he was innocent. We just said the Negro got off.
How would he get off?
Bill Cosby got off.
Right.
How did Bill Cosby get off?
Right.
People get off.
I mean, Bill Cosby, but that's different. It's different.
OJ got off. People get off.
Green got off.
Green, you sitting here. You got off.
This is the second time R. Kelly that got hit. He got off the first time. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say he's not getting. OJ didn't get off twice. You're not getting off this time. So I don't even want to use that hypothetical. He's not getting off.
Because you know it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. Like,
will you continue to play his music, Green? If you DJ an event right now, knowing what you know,
Step in the Name of Love, I will never stop playing it, no matter what.
Even if it's proven that he molested young boys.
Don't put it like that.
Yes or no? Yes or no? If it's proven that R. Kelly molested young boys, are you going to continue to Step in the Name of Love?
If I get a request, if the person that booked me requested, I will play.
Wow!
I'll tell you what.
Wow! The Cosby Show is in the background.
Right.
I don't care. That's one of them songs, though. They gonna play. They gonna dance. They gonna dance. You've done weddings and you've done private events.
You're talking about some and you still play him too. You said
Showtime would play it.
He said that, and he watches Cosby Show and A Different World and eats Jello pudding.
I said I listen to our songs with R. Kelly as that he's featured on. Okay. Not solo songs. There's no R.
Kelly has a crazy catalog, yo. Like,
and I have it in my on my phone.
You got all the records.
All right, so now that we've gotten through that, let's go ahead and wrap this thing up, man. Shout out to everybody who checked in and tapped in, and just huge. I want to send a huge rest in peace before we close out. Huge rest in peace to DJ Puff Dragon, the music community, the DJ community, all around the world, particularly in the 757, particularly in Chicago, has lost a huge, just somebody that I know is one of the most solid dudes that I've ever met, man, and really, really sad to hear of his passing yesterday. So definitely want to say huge rest in peace, peaceful journey to DJ Puff Dragon. Make sure you subscribe to the show. Make sure you download the show. Make sure you do all those things. Check us out on the podcast app. Check us out over on Instagram. We're gonna head over there for Real Raw and Ratchet news. Real Raw and Ratchet advice. RG, what you got to close us out?
Make sure you guys head over there to Instagram right now as soon as we log off. And if you got any issues, letters, problems with your relationship, anything you got going on, you can always hit us up in our DM on Instagram or on Facebook, or you can send us an email. We are over the place. Send us an email at talkingtotownunfiltered@gmail.com. Send us letters, and we don't mind helping you out. We got letters in there, and we will get to you. We will read them on our Instagram live show that's after this show.
All right, Green, what you got?
If you half step, you're gonna get half results, and hard work always pays off. And fellas, remember, if she won't submit, you must have quit.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all over on Instagram. Make sure you download. Make sure you subscribe. We see you on the flip side. Peace.